Welcome, everybody, to the Breachers VRML Season 1, Week 4. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. I'm your sole conductor in today's journey into the top tier of the VRML. Wicked Esports versus AESIR. Two teams doing very good so far in this Season 1. AESIR starting things off 2-1. Kind of crazy, they've only played Hideout and Factory so far in their games they've played. Wicked Esports 3-1. Both teams with names you'll recognize from the preseason. Teams that are coming in with experience. And teams that played at a high level in that preseason. And so I do anticipate that in today's matchup, a Week 4 matchup no less, we're going to get a really good battle. The connoisseurs at home may be feeling differently. As if you do take a look at the connoisseur votes, we can see AESIR have 50 votes to the 5 of Wicked Esports. And the community very much weighing in and saying AESIR is going to come out on top this afternoon. But I don't know if it's so assured. I really do think we're in for a very solid battle back and forth. And I'm looking at the one loss that AESIR has had. It was against the older guys. And Wicked Esports, their one loss to Eternity. You saw Eternity play yesterday, performed very well. Up against a team, I believe it was Formula 3. Am I right on that? Am I right on my recollection? Let's see, I can pull up the match history here. Periphery versus Eternity, excuse me. But did very well there. Periphery gave it a hard-fought battle, but Eternity are a powerhouse of a team so far this season. They're so far ranked at that top position, undefeated in Season 1. Going to be very hard to dethrone. And I think a lot of teams, not necessarily looking forward to their matchup against Eternity in this season. And I actually just want to confirm that I am right, that they are undefeated. Yeah. Beating Infinity as well. Their wins are against tough opponents, and so they are the team to beat right now, but the focus is on AESIR and Wicked. Two teams just beneath that rank, that top rank right now, situated again, if you look at that matchup page, at ranks 4 and 5 respectively. Yeah, that's right. Ranks 4 and 5 respectively this afternoon. And I do anticipate that we are going to get a pretty exciting battle. Just waiting for teams to jump in. And we should be underway soon enough. But a shout out for those that are stopping by, hanging out, and waiting for the action to unfold. I do anticipate it to be a pretty, again, exciting battle here. And so I can understand the the desire to jump in and get right into it. I think these players, these teams, very likely taking this full time to warm up. They do not want to have any of that downtime sitting around in the basketball court. That'd be my assumption, but we'll have to see. We are, again, just waiting on both AESIR and Wicked to get players into this lobby. I've got confirmation that folks are coming, though, and so we should be into the round in just a few moments. While we hold off, I can get a quick look at chat, see who was all in here. We got a nice crowd hanging out and ready to go for the matchup this afternoon. Jake the Beast / Mozzie, Sida Guy, Jack Sparrow. Appreciate you all jumping in. Monkey Man in there earlier. Appreciate you all stopping by, hanging out, and getting ready for the action this afternoon. I've really, again, been looking forward to this one, but this isn't the only game that's going to be played this afternoon. We have another matchup on the docket, going to be casted by Filibust and Heritage, two top favorites in the community. Their game is Restart versus Dinkington City, and that starts in 1 hour from now. And so if the connoisseurs are right, AESIR is going to run away with this in 2, and we could be jumping in to that next series right after this. So Doubleheader, Sunday night. A lot of breachers to look forward to. Happy to see a lot of folks tuning in and hanging out and, again, enjoying, hopefully, the action and ultimately me rambling on as I buy time for these players to hop in as we do start to finally populate this lobby, and we should be getting in to round one shortly. I'll let them know that they don't have to wait on me to start. And we should have a full lobby here any moment. Just a couple more players need to jump in. We'll get into those active rosters and who we're expecting to see this afternoon. But while we wait, a quick shout out to our sponsors who are contributing into the prize pool of over $8,600 in cash and hardware. It is a sizable prize pool for Season 1, and we're happy that it does come in from our sponsors like HyperX, providing the casting team with fantastic products like the Procast Desk, Cloud 2s, HyperX Mix Buds. They have a large variety of products, and we really do enjoy the quality of the HyperX gear. It's an easy recommendation for me if you're looking for any sort of product, whether it's headphones, mice, keyboard. Do go check out HyperX and get 15% off any purchase in the U.S. if you use code HXVRML23. You can get a discount right there on HyperX products. You can also get a discount on ProTube products by using code ILOVEVRML at checkout. ProTube, a stock that helps stabilize your aim in game. One of my favorite tools and attachments for any really VR device. They have cups for all of the different VR headsets, and ultimately it's a magnetic attachment at the bottom that snaps into place on your stock. It's a very cool way to stabilize your aim, and ultimately really does help stabilize aim in game. So I do recommend you pick one up if you do want to get a little bit of an extra edge, get that extra stability out. It enables that mobility with the magnetic snaps onto the bottom, and so easy recommendation, high quality product, great product support, and again you can use code ILOVEVRML at checkout to get a discount. We're also sponsored by Helga, the Esports Manager. It's a bot created by VRML players for VRML players. It helps you schedule scrims, matches, provides intricate details like statistics about what maps you perform on better against what teams. It's a really cool bot that I recommend you pick up, especially if you're a team captain. It's a subscription-based service, but the first month is free if you use the Discord link right now. And I believe you do Helga in chat. It should give you the link. If it doesn't, we're going to make it do that eventually, but do please go check them out. And last but not least, we're sponsored by Triangle Factory. I know we've been saying we're working on details around gun skins. You should be seeing a few of those details, how to earn them, and not what they look like, but you should see some of those details about that next week. You also may want to keep the eyes peeled on the announcements channel for other stuff, like potential giveaways that we will be doing in week 5 if you tune into live streams. And it's I'm spoiling things a little bit, but the week 5 announcements are going to be pretty hype. Just like this match is going to be pretty hype, just like I've bought enough time. And we jump in. Been having some API issues in private lobbies, so we do apologize for a lack of mini map in the top left. Hopefully we'll get that sorted soon enough, but it does seem to be an issue across the board for us. So once we figure out why that's happening, we'll get you that beloved mini map. For now, though, you got my face. You got the fantastic new scoreboard provided with the most recent update alongside gun skins and a variety of adjustments to the meta, really. Although I haven't actually seen any real adjustments to the meta. Guns have been, Marui got like a 50% reduction in horizontal recoil, a little bit of a damage increase. Vezin actually got a bit of a nerf, but we're still seeing players prefer the Vezin. Whether that's muscle memory because they memorize the gun spread in the Vezin or just comfortability with the gun, I guess that's to be determined. But a lot like Counter-Strike or other shooters, each gun has a predetermined spread. So if you hold the clip the whole time, it'll shoot in a certain way. And so you can kind of get used to those spreads. And here's a big opening. The first kill of the round comes through from Wicked Esports as they crack the shell. The backside of B site, A site, where are they going to push in? And I think that's what they're trying to do, throw off this opponent. I don't think they were expecting it that far of a breach away from the objective, and it really threw off their initial roamer. They now have A very worried Dest, hotline on the backside, and ultimately no real indicator of where this push is coming in. And it's going to come in hard and fast as Tech9 catches an A to the back end. A good 1-2 tap up through the center and the rotation on the backside. Great defensive holds coming through, and AESIR shut down. A full court press through the center. 4 alive on objective, and that's how they're going to kick things off. A little juggling and celebration. You love to see it, and ultimately a very solid retake from AESIR. They got definitely overwhelmed with their initial roamer, a great breach on the outer edge of the objective to kind of surprise that defender. A very good read ultimately from Wicked. An indicator to me that they've done maybe some homework, or at the very least understand their opponent to some degree. Scrims likely been played. Spots sort of become common. Spots starting to become meta on ship. And ultimately, the real thing, the real meta of ship that's been developing over the course of this season, obviously because it's the first time ship's been in league play, is that the defensive side seems to have the advantage. Now, AESIR, maybe you're going to prove this right again. We'll have to see if Wicked can put up a good solid defensive set, but for now, AESIR do kick things off 1-0 and do put themselves in a good solid position. I do wonder if we're going to see Determined Fear get a little wild here on the outside. Try and push out some of these windows, and yeah, they do actually go for a very early peek, but they just guess wrong. If they had peeked out the other window, the other side, they may have found a little bit more success, but for now, the offense will get into the bottom floor clean. Ace Sights coming in on the push, and Wicked Esports are ready to go. Best trying to hold things down. Hotline on the other side. Tech9 also on the back end, looking for the 1-2 tap on the lane, but can't find it. Gets chunked down. A little bit of wall bang, but it's relatively okay. Very little health done. And the setup came through, but no aggressive pushing quite yet. Tech9 having bullets whiz over their head here, coming so close to being picked off, just trying to connect with the headshots. Finally, Berserk catches one. And the hotline pushes forward, tries to get Wicked on the hunt for an early kill. And ultimately, this defense doing a nice job of really just chipping away. Quick kill comes through. It leaves it down to just the trio. Red and Dest in particular holding down A site, but there could have very well been a rotation from this Wicked team. They may be going B now. Great pickup from Red over the top. Sidewall opens up. Red will be looking for more, but a good 1-2 tap, and there's the overshots. Crossfire coming in. Leaves Tech9 alone with a hope and a prayer. Needs to connect with a ton of headshots. Immolation, they nearly gets them, and they are just going to tuck in. Wicked has done a great job of fighting hard. Oh, man, this is going to be a good series. This is going to be a good series. Tell you that right now. I got a good feeling about this one. Sleepy in the corner. A very nice. I mean, when you have 4, it's hard for Tech9 to clear all the different angles that they could be. But a great offensive round from Wicked. Both pistol rounds going to AESIR and Wicked respectively. And now, in round 3, both teams have enough for a... Well, actually, Wicked's seeming a little bit better off here. Because AESIR invested in because they won round 1, we saw a rifle buy or 2 come in from them in round 2, and then they lost round 2. So that's a big loss for them, because then I believe Wicked picked up those rifles. Oh yeah, that's actually a much bigger round than just a round win for Wicked Esports. They are in the lead, truly, in this stage, in control of the economy, and a complete reversal there just off that one round because of the aggressive choice. We almost always see that rifle buy work, and I truly do believe that the defense has the advantage on ship Or at least we're seeing defenses become stronger on ship. But Wicked, they're looking coordinated today. They've come in focused going up against an opponent like AESIR, and they want to go 4-1 in Season 1 right now. Throwing work ahead. They're clearing top floor. The hatch play seems to be on the menu. And ultimately, they will clear this top floor out. I don't know how efficient the use of that foam was to get Sleepy in. But maybe it'll pay off. This is a heavy setup here. And I gotta wonder if Wicked are planning a full hatch drop down. Red finds a kill. Popping up from the stairs? Oh, and Determined Fear can scoop one up here soon as well. They may run into the whole team. They find one. Nice headshot, a quick heal. A nade comes in. Goes up and over, and Sleepy will find the refrag. In the chaos, they breach the hatch and get down into A site. Puts Hotline and the on-objective defense on alert. And ultimately, there could come a plant. Yeah, the EMP comes down to Cleric. The nade gets they try to throw it up and over, and a connection comes in, a one-for-one trade. The nade does go down, so that option is not available any longer, and Hotline's going to have to protect from this hatch drop. There's a lot of risky business here for a Wizard. Sleepy shuts down Red, getting aggressive. Wizard essentially risking the peek here. Looks for the shots onto Hotline, but it's just their head exposed. Tech 9's going to look for the stick on the defuse. Under the smoke. Sleepy will fly in and shut it down. Time ticks away. Sleepy flies out of the smoke and can't find their bearings. Hotline has to push the code in time, and they can get it. Wow, fortunate that they had managed to get in 2 ticks before that clock ticked down, and a chaotic round that ends in AESIR taking the win, but just barely. Take a breath. Grab some hydration. We could be here for a while. Let's take a look at the hiccups here now, because Wicked not going to have a good solid economy. Round 2 win was big, but they did invest pretty heavily into round 3. And they're fortunate that Berserk did have quite a bit of cash because they took rifles in from the round before. And so they're actually not in too bad of a spot. They'll have enough for a big buy next round. And ultimately, I don't know about round 6 because they're not getting consecutive losses. And even here, they're doing a partial buy. So if they can pick a early defender here, an aggressor, get a nade in hand, and get a rifle in hand, it's going to be the path forward. Much like I've said before, you are seeing their leader in this push forward, utilizing that Vezin, making it very difficult for the team. Berserk's worried about the potential flank, but also trying to find shots down the long hallway. No one has swung around the backside, and the team finds one. That's a rifle into the hand, so now 2 rifles. And just like that, a 1-for-1 trade, well worth it to get them guns in hand. And Determined Fear is spotted, so Berserk going to be able to drop back. Red quickly gets rid of that extra rifle from the team, and it's a 4v3. Berserk really trapped and pinched. Needs the support of Sleepy over the top, who does run over to grab the rifle off the ground and gets it. Hotline still tucked in, and chaos here. Just a round sight. Hotline could easily fly and catch a double. Berserk's watching over the top of Sleepy. And what an athletic lean from Sleepy here. Wow. Just a tiny separation. Determined catches the kill from the stairs. A good solid spot to hold. You can lean, get a nice angle down. Berserk does get a little information with the peak. Determined. Nice re-challenge. Death on the other side, and blind fire doesn't work. There's a good swing that does pay off from Wizard Gecko, but they're getting pressured by Hotline, and they'll go down. It'll be the round. AESIR taking a big round 3 and regaining a little bit of control of momentum back into their hands here. Wicked completely leveled things and had, again, the lead when it was tied 1-1. They lost that 2-1, couldn't buy in. Now we're seeing with round 5 a full buy, and round 6, if this doesn't go well, is going to be very rough for Wicked. So they really need to find kills and ultimately at least eco a rifle or 2. Because if they don't, they're only going to be able to buy maybe 1 rifle, 2 maybe, if they get kills. Economy management got to be on the mind for Wicked, but that prospect of 3-3 is still very present. I'm watching Red here try and deploy a very sneaky trip mine. Nicely blends it in, making it very hard, as hard as you can to destroy. Also, obviously hard to see. You don't really see that red line until you get close to it. You don't hear those until you get close. So a nice bit of camouflage there on the utility. You wonder if we're going to see a push in through here. Lumi opens up the window. Determined Fierce stays tucked in. We push out to catch Lumi. A nice kill. Down comes Wizard. Excuse me. Side, we're seeing the push come through. Nice connection from Cleric. A big headshot to even the score 4-4. He gets a little bit of a wall bang there, but quickly heal back to full. And the team is in. The worrying points are the stairs. Ultimately reaching into AESIR. Nice pickup there on top. Red. The rest of AESIR tucked in as walls start to open up. Utility comes in. They're just looking for a hope and a prayer, trying to really minimize their peeking over the top here. Cleric ends up team killing themselves with a bad nade as they try to get it into the A site. And this trio, now a duo. 2v2 though, and they're doing well to hold back. 1:30 left. Wicked doing their best to break through this shell, but good rotations from AESIR, good prioritization and objective defense. We saw 3 or 4 defenders here at a time to hold this down when they read that the rotation was here, and so they continue to really perform well. Red gonna be that point man, that attacker looking for the kills, as Dest is the second line of defense. And rightfully so. Dest does a quick check back onto B site. EMP down in window, but I don't know that Red knows that. Doorway, excuse me. And there's a big kill for Sleepy. Brings things back into play for Wicked. And Sleepy needs to get to the EMP. 30 seconds left. They're going to drop a active camo. Oh, and what timing. I believe Dest has dropped back. And did they get the EMP? Yes, they did manage to pick it up. They get past as the rotation here from Dest was coming in. They were looking to get to the backside of Sleepy. And maybe a retake opportunity here. Sleepy hears the footsteps behind them. Is concerned about potential flank. Can't get the EMP down in time. And AESIR take the round. Sleepy's going to eco now. And wow, what a interesting ring around the rosy to get us to a round win for AESIR. And like I said, Wicked would need to eco at least a rifle, because they're only going to be able to really buy 1. They are able to get 2. And so 3 rifles coming into this final round. Their final attempt to push it 4-2. AESIR doing such a good job of fighting back here against a very coordinated Wicked team. I don't think AESIR is going to have a very easy time breaking through Wicked's defense. They've already got a point on the board, which is big because that's their foot into the door for a round win, a map win. If they didn't get this point on the board, then there's the reality of AESIR taking this 6-0 and really forcing Wicked into tie or nothing, tie or lose. There's no win available. So you don't want to have that win prospect wiped off the table, and having that 1 point, just that 1 point on the board, really does allow you to have the chance. Let's take a quick look at the KDs. Level 42 from Hotline. Impressive. 39 from Berserk. Those levels a new addition to the game. A experience tracking system that I think is pretty great. Those are your KDs after 5. And into round 6 we go. Where is Wicked breaching from? What AESIR is trying to figure out, and ultimately Wicked have not even entered just yet. I like the pace Wicked have been taking. They're not changing their pace. And ultimately what it is a very thorough bit of offense. They're really trying to analyze through here all these potential positions before they do move into objective. They do not want to get flanked. And I say this as they just barely bypass checking Red's position here on this 3rd floor. And ultimately, not taking too much time to work down closer to that objective. An audio transmitter gives a little bit of info to the team, and you do see big wall bang fire there coming through. Doesn't connect. And with foam down, they're going to be opening up a site. Defensive smoke to eliminate that line of sight through the hole. And Lumi getting caught big time. Full rotation, and as they commit, Hotline's here to completely shut them down. Oh, man, that stings. AESIR take the win. Hotline kills Des, too, in the chaos, and ooh-wee. The full send from Wicked. And ultimately being together can be very effective. But we see this happen when it's not. Completely cut down by Hotline on the corner. And now we swap sides, reset economies. AESIR's up 5-1, and Wicked Esports have a defensive road ahead of them. They need to prevent AESIR from getting ultimately 1 round. They need to win a perfect set to take the map. So they need to win every round on defense to take the map. If they lose 1 round, then they can still tie. If they lose 2 rounds, it is AESIR's map in their hands. And so there's very little wiggle room for Wicked right now. Backs against the wall. But I've been saying this, especially this week. I do think the defense has the advantage here. Or at least defense is winning more on ship than they were in the early weeks. My theory is that teams are scrimmaging and learning. And Berserk is finding early kills, tries to double up with Hotline, but can't. One-for-one trade, not too bad. A nice flash comes in, but the push already had begun. Red on the backside distracting as Hotline flies in and finds the final kill on the Cleric. AESIR absolutely storming through. Gonna get the EMP plant for extra cash to the entire team, and with all those kills in their pocket, they're gonna be able to come in big to round 8. We're gonna see 3-4 rifle buys here from AESIR. No money saving, no economy management. The full commitment right now because they know they're going up against pistols and an Omen. They know this because Wicked have not found a ton of kills in the back half here. And especially with 4, I think it was 4 alive off that first round. Yeah, they're definitely looking very good here for round 2. They'll be able to come in, again, almost fully kitted out. Have the drone to lead them through, and We could see a very aggressive AESIR offense coming in right now. We did see a lot of, again, votes into the favor of AESIR. 50-5, I think. And so far, the Connoisseur is feeling good. I'm still holding out for Wicked to step it up here on defense, but I like to see it from Wicked. They're the full buy from them, too. They're a good read determining that AESIR is going to come in strong here. And you got to go with more than pistols up against Spectres because ultimately you can trade 1-for-1. Bit of counter aggression on this top floor pays off before the drone gets to them. They didn't wait for the drone to go past them or spot them. Sometimes that works, but that counter aggression gets the 1-for-1 kill. Oh, they cannot catch Wizard Gecko on the backside. And a site will open up. Omen in hand here as Lumi stays tucked in, catches a kill. They could pick up a Vezin if they're quick about it, and they do. They may be looking for more on the back end. This could be Wicked clutching up a big round. Saw rotation from Sleepy on the backside. They almost get behind. Lumi here is going to reinforce. And the counter push coming into B site. A big pickup from Hotline. They get rid of the rifle user. Cleric has a pistol in hand. Omen here for Sleepy. Not ideal battle setup, but if they can time the pinch just right, it could work out big time for him. Hotline's here, and yeah, they were just a touch off because they went for that rifle grab. And that's going to be AESIR taking the map. Pushing us up 8-12 here on map 1, and quite the battle. 15 kills for Hotline. I do apologize for, again, that bugged scoreboard. We'll get that sorted eventually, but 15 kills for Hotline. A very solid performance from them. 2 deaths. Wow. That is a very big game. 15-2 with 5 assists. That's off to Hotline. Gonna be some highlights clipped next week for sure. Speaking of, if you haven't checked it out, I have been cutting highlight reels, putting YouTube shorts and other bits of content onto the YouTube channel. Really encourage you to go check it out. Would love some feedback. Do my best to throw a little bit of editing jazz on top, slow things down, do stuff with, getting fancy. I'm having a good time, and hope that you're enjoying the content. I'm seeing some good reception on it at the very least, and so I appreciate that. Also hope you're having a good time here. So far, so good, with a very exciting back and forth, very engaging battle here, and we may be going into a technical reset, a technical lobby switch, and so do give me some time to, I maybe seem distracted, sorting things out and getting us ready for map 2, which could be anything. Ship played out. We still have the other 3 maps on the table: Factory, Hideout, and Skyscraper. Looks like we're going to a new server, or at least a new host. And then we should be jumping in to map 2. A quick shout out to everyone hanging out and enjoying the action so far this afternoon. Do really appreciate you. Appreciate the support. I see Angel in here, Reed Talker, Lynx GTV, Sauceman Minotaur, more. Ashen O'Rourke. Appreciate you all stopping by, hanging out, and enjoying the action. A reminder that more games after this, one more game, technically, with Filibust and Heritage as your hosts. You're not going to want to miss that. Those two are a fantastic duo. Filibust is very good at cams, and so you're going to get a good product there. But that game is Restart versus Dinkington City. So basically, either stick around, finish the end of this series, which, if AESIR have anything to say about it, will be done in 2 maps. And then from here, just go to the YouTube channel. You'll see the next event for the next game, and you can jump right into our second match of the afternoon. Taking a look at the rosters, not seeing any subs between maps. Just waiting on a fifth to connect for AESIR, and we should be getting into map 2, which does look like it's going to be Factory. Could be an exciting one. Factory. I'm trying to think back on score lines. I feel we've seen kind of like a toss-up, to be honest. Players and teams are getting really efficient on Factory. I think that is what I'll say. They're getting really comfortable on some of these plays, these grenade tosses. Some of these angles that are getting picked up. The top tier in Factory is starting to get better, I think, frankly. And I've had a lot of very good highlights on Factory. Comebacks, clutches, good nades. Maybe that's why Factory is getting better, because there's more. I don't know. I won't attribute to the content. I'll attribute to the players and how much work they're putting in. Fantastic, a ton of scrims, and ultimately, again, one of our sponsors, Helga, the Esports manager, a bot that can even help you organize those scrims so you can do more of them. At the end of the day, though, both these teams are putting in work, I know, and they're coming in prepared. I mean, Wicked looks so good on attack on ship. Truly. I thought, at least. And I almost didn't switch us in. Round 2 has almost begun. 15 seconds left. Do a swap of teams. AESIR on the defense, and Wicked looking to get their first round here. Open up the pistol set. And ultimately getting a little bit of an investment here, dropping a drone. No tourists or anything like that, though. But the drone does come in. You can see Tech9 and Hotline are waiting for it. Nice angle there from Berserk, trying to catch a slice. Ultimately deterring an individual from rotating too aggressively onto their offensive compatriots. Uh-oh, and that nade's not good. Cleric lucky that doesn't catch them out. Ball bang shots coming in, and the full defense here. Hotline swings the short angle. Wins the trade. Cleric here considering popping out, but there's so many, and Tech9 will find a nice drop shot there. Scoops up the kill. They'll get refragged by Ash and Taquito. Knows there's another. Only 2 left in red, trying to rotate in from the back. Wizard almost recognizing that the threat could be there, but a little bit too late, and red picks up a big double to lock in AESIR's round 1. First time they're in the lead, and they've certainly come close, but they now have the ability to buy in aggressive early in this round. 2 rifles coming through. Not going to be an easy one for Wicked, and the test. Going to be a big test for Wicked. We could see AESIR taking map 2 and pushing us to a map 3 decider. I think that... Oh, excuse me. I forgot AESIR won map 1. We could see AESIR winning the series in 2 maps. Wicked certainly did fight well, though, and, well... Red trying to fly away. Like an eagle. And some good joking. Go around. Always for some fun little interactions before the series, as long as it's appropriate. I've had to send some private messages to people from stuff that I have noticed that thankfully has gone unnoticed. And what a push! Wicked say, surprise, full court press through the window. Catch 1. Berserk here flies in 1 at a time, and Tech9 says, I'm going to look for a couple of kills. Catches a double tap, catches a double, catches the triple over the top on the corner. Tech9 reads the situation perfectly and applies just the right dose of aggression to make a round win cake. Take a look at that replay again as they swing out around the corner. You see them catch the 1-2 tap. Oh, was that? No, that was just 1 kill. I thought it was 2. They catch the 1-2 tap and then immediately drop back for the reload. One more time. Push back up for the second kill, and the confidence to swing out here and not reload for that kill is big. That's a one-clip double kill at the end there. AESIR, a strong team. And I'm surprised they lost as much as they did to Eternity. I think if anything, it just goes to show you how big Eternity is, again, as the powerhouse of the NA side. They're the team to dethrone right now, and they are winning against good teams. AESIR, Formula 3, you know, Periphery, they are beating squads that have otherwise done very good so far in this season. And so, not surprised that it's AESIR's only loss, but again, you know, things aren't over yet. Wicked had a nice play in mind on the side there, and now I think this is a defensive smoke that got tossed up and is really kind of disrupting the push through this doorway. A lot of damage done, but ultimately a kill lead here for Wicked. Eastside play coming in, good bit of wallbang shots coming through, and a trip mine catches Red out. Berserk had already gotten all the way to this corner and hadn't been caught out by that. A very nice tucked in trip mine. Tech9 swings to catch one kill. They've been the aggressor today. They're going to look for more. Nice shutdown through the doorway, and it leaves just the duo, Sleepy and Cleric alone here as Cleric tries to catch a kill. Sleepy also on the hunt. Oh, and Sleepy hunting too hard. Cleric had dropped back already, and with only a shotgun in hand, they're not going to be able to do much. AESIR are in full control. Momentum in their hands. Map 1 dominated 7-1. Map 2 looking good. Up 3-0. And I see Filibus TV in here, getting ready for their stream again, coming up in about 15, 17 minutes. From now. Yeah, not time. Yeah, 17 minutes from now. The game will start, and you can jump into another series. So even if AESIR do run away with the next 4, there's more Breachers ahead of us. Big shout out to everyone that is stopping by, hanging out this afternoon. We do appreciate you. Ultimately, we've seen really steady growth in those subscriber numbers, and so if you are new, hit that subscribe button. If you already are subscribed, we do appreciate your support. Make sure you're getting notifications of videos and thumbs up in VODs when you watch them. Thumbs up help a lot with the shorts and videos and also streams. And so really just any sort of support you can give us is helpful, and we do appreciate it. In comes Wicked. Full court press again, and they didn't get pushed through that door blocker. Hotline decides to come out a little bit late as an inhalation nade goes down. A nice wall bang. And this is a quick push play coming through for Wicked that does not work out, except for maybe 1 or 2 kills. Hotline says no thanks on this one. Shuts down that Taurus from doing much work, but the front end of that push kept on going while the whole rest of the team got blasted apart. I think Hotline was there to do a lot of that damage, and take a look at the KDs this afternoon. Map 2, not so good for Wicked. They came in strong on map 1, really looked good on ship, and had plays that came close to succeeding. But AESIR are just stepping up here this afternoon and did a good job of defending on ship, and are now doing a good job of defending on factory. Maybe it's even AESIR's strength at this point, but we just haven't seen them do a lot of attacking in this series. Cleric trying to pump the crowd up. Cheering to everyone, rooting for them in chat. Confident in their abilities yet. But they have not been able to get through to this site and hotline. This is another kill. I think this is the third time. Is this really the third time they've been at the bottom floor here? It can't be true. Finally a refrag. And a big one at that. Tech9's been their point shooter. The aggressor. But I say that as another aggressor springs a trap out of the corner. Red almost hunts down a double. Gets pushed off, though, and everyone with a slice of health, except for Cleric on the backside. Wicked having a tough time going up against this team. Cleric rightfully so, worried about the reap check. Red catches a kill right as they try and enter. And get go, a nice headbang onto Taquito. They do go down quickly, though, as Hotline gets aggressive. I do appreciate that encouraging support in chat. I would also recommend you go subscribe to Filibus TV. They're now doing live streams on YouTube as well. So while you're here, can't hurt. Click on their name, get over to their channel, subscribe to them. Show them a little bit of support. I see the question in here, do you guys play or just watch? I would honestly say, I can honestly say I've done more watching than playing at this point. But I very well might jump into some games tonight. I'll have to see. Cleric going to be ecoing this round. They've managed to get the rifle into their hands. Now I think they're trying to spell AI. They don't like AI. Yeah, gonna be an eco, so they're gonna hold on to that rifle. No one going to end up pushing in. And 3 will survive for AESIR on the round. The last ditch effort here for Wicked. And I'd say a last ditch now, but it's not quite. They lose here, it's 6 into the hands of AESIR. They have to win 6 defensive rounds in a row to tie the map and take us to a map 3, but that's possible. But the last-ditch effort for them to get this map into their pockets, if they don't get at least 1 on the board, like I said last map, they don't get that 1 point on the board, and there's just not that chance for a map win. Mathematically impossible, as we say. I do see some reinforcement of Cleric asking for cheering in chat. Always good. Always good. And again, I appreciate everyone stopping by and tuning in. These teams ultimately trying to climb the regular season ladder that lasts at least 13 weeks. We're only into the 4th one. But at the end of that ladder climb, at the end of those weeks, we have a postseason where the top teams from each region in that ladder advance on and get a chance to play for what is $8,600 in cash and hardware. That comes from our sponsors, which we shouted out earlier today. We do really appreciate the support that they do provide us, and ultimately that's what these teams are competing for. And what a hefty, I mean, holy moly. The amount of ammo being spent, he shot through a wall here, is substantial. But, man, AESIR are really... There's more to it an AESIR win than meets the eye. That right there, to me, is a big indicator. That, to me, is an indicator that AESIR are also reading Wicked's style and Wicked's play style. The last few rounds, in particular on this map, have have been full sends from Wicked. They've been committing heavily into pushing in and trying to get that full team push. And frankly, it's also been how they've been pushing on ship. And so when they see a breach come in, as the nades come through, everybody shoots through the wall. Everybody's pumping rounds in. A real interesting observation. I mean, AESIR really are doing more than just winning here. They're paying attention to the team. They're adapting to them and ultimately trying to deploy strategies that will result in them winning. So far, so good. Immolation that, but the hole has opened up, and Sleepy is going to plant. Red springs up for a double, shuts things down as the doorway entry is denied, and a big couple of kills locked in as AESIR have the EMP down, and Berserk is going to have to 1v4 clutch, and then, well, there's one. Cheeto's here, hotline swings, good teamwork to catch the final kill with 3 left alive. They'll go up 6-0. Let's take a look at that replay again. Tried to enter in, and Red shuts down with a double kill on site. Denies the plant. I think, though, I wonder if those are, those gotta be, were those defensive smokes? Let's look back at the replay and check again. I feel like those may have been defensive smokes so that Red can peek up over the top of that smoke and they can pop in and out of them on their opponent. But one thing I think we really have, at least I'm noticing here, and sorry to spoil strategies, but AESIR definitely are using a lot of defensive smokes. Now on ship and here. That seems to be a common thread for them. Whether it's denying vision through a hole in the wall or enabling them to peek differently out of different angles. I mean, it's very interesting use of utility. And again, I don't know if those were even defensive. I didn't see how they were planted, but AESIR has been throwing a few of them so far. Quick fight on the window results in Berserk and Wicked finally getting a bit of an advantage. Tech9 in the smoke gets chunked down severely, and this whole Wicked team on the hunt here, trying to give a little bit of AESIR some of their own medicine. As Sleepy pops up against one tap, 1-2 kills for a hotline, but not 3. And they managed to at least deny initial bits of entry. In the meantime, AESIR haven't resigned this just yet, and have Tech9 on the back end and Taquito here on site. 2v3 is doable. If they win here, they take the series. And Wizard finds that they don't have control of their flank anymore. EMP's down, and it would be a good time for Taquito to scoop it up. Tech9 completely drops off the flank. And what is the play here for this team? Is Tech9 going to rejoin with Taquito here, who's swinging in? Wow, window was already open, but they wanted the extra bit of lunge through to catch the kill onto Berserk. Take notes. Observe. Some high-level plays have been going on here this afternoon. Oh, and swings for one. The pinch in, and finally Wicked are on the board. Maybe the start of something. And has to be. Ash happy and celebrating that they've gotten that point, avoided the full skunk, the full 7-0. And now have a chance to buy in fully to this round and try and get a little bit of an advantage. Try and take round 8 up to, again, the path to a tie 6-6 in map 3 is still here. I also see Links GTV in here. If you're a content creator, which I do believe you are, then please go follow and subscribe to Links GTV. Seeing in here that they are at least producing some vids, and so we want to support the community, support folks that are putting out Breachers content, and folks like Filibust and Links GTV. You have to go check it out. Well, let's take a look. Breachers VR competitive content. I'm already subscribed. Oh no, I can't subscribe. Okay. Shout out. Appreciate your support. Into the action we go, though. And into, again, a series point. If AESIR can get an offensive round on the board. Big double kill for Berserk. That's how you start things off with an RCP. Nade comes around the corner as well towards the hotline. Doesn't catch them out, but they do manage to get Sleepy getting aggressive. Taurus in hand for hotline, trying to do some big damage. Trying to connect with the headshot onto Ash. Comes so close. And Taquito's going to go for the EMP plant in the smoke. Tech9 opens up the wall to throw them off. Berserk shuts them down with a kill. Headshot there for the hotline, and shots through the smoke connect. Wicked maybe putting up 2 on the board. Their first time going more than 1. There it is. They are in control of this series. And AESIR very well may not have enough cash to fully invest into this round. No, they do. They do, but not a lot. No utility. It's a very gun-heavy pickup. Yeah, and they're going 4 rifles so that Tech9 can buy the utility they need. But it's a full buy. I mean, for every round up here on out, AESIR are full buying because they just need that one round. But full buying every round isn't necessarily the winning strategy, especially if you're losing. It's a trap that you can fall into. And you got to be cautious. That's 6, so, you know, that 1 more point, 2 more points, that mentality can really hurt you. And like all good sports players or anything like that, it's the focus on the next round. Not on the whole series or the whole game, it's the next round. And I'm not sure what the purpose of Dest hucking that off the roof was and running to go get it. But maybe they were just bored and wanted to do something before the countdown went through. Playing a little breaching foam fetch. Wow, Taquito already in. Following right behind the drone. Question is, are they aware of Sleepy way tucked in up on this floor? We've seen from AESIR a very methodical style approach where they're very focused on clearing out their floors, their areas before entering in. Surprised to not see it here, and Sleepy really could impact this push big time for AESIR. They could come into the flank down these stairs and have the back of this trio. But, depending on AESIR's timing and speed, they also could have the back of nothing, and AESIR could have bomb planted and be on their way. One for one. On site opens up, and the push coming through. A defensive smoke from Wizard Gecko comes in, denying this line of sight, but a good lean shot from Hotline scoops up the kill down into the server room. AESIR have EMP down, rifles in hand, and control of A's site, and it's going to be up to the retake from Sleepy, who's slowly working down the stairs, and Ash on objective, facing off against the full course of AESIR defenders. And now Sleepy has a very hard task ahead of them. 1v4 retake. They know they're on stream. They're kissing their brand new skin on the shotgun, and they're pushing in with utility. They catch the 1 kill, but Red's there to shut it down, and AESIR take map number 2 in the series 7-2. Wicked, not a shabby team. And not a team that when you get matched up against, you should feel is going to be an easy win. But AESIR came in strong this afternoon, put on some very good defensive sets, and ship was close, but factory much more in their control, I think. Overall, a great series. Happy we tuned into it, and a good time to end because right now another game is starting. Restart versus Dinkington City is live right now with your hosts, Filibust and Heritage, so do please go check that out. We're going to sign off here with some quick shout-outs to the folks tuning in. Reed Tucker, Alec Ario, Lynx, Penny Packer, familiar name. My Height VR, we appreciate you all stopping by, hanging out, and enjoying the action. Subscribe if you haven't already. And also a quick shout out to our sponsors. HyperX, use code HXVRML23 at checkout for a discount. ProTube, use code ILOVEVRML at checkout for a discount. Helga, the Esports manager, get your first month of the service free by following into their Discord now. And Triangle Factory for supporting in with the cash prize pool as well as VRML gun skins. Details, some details to be shared likely next week. Also, very likely that we'll be doing giveaways next week if you tune into the stream. So keep your eyes peeled on the announcements channel for more information, and go check out the other game that's live right now. That'll be it for me here on the desk. My name's Ben Nightfire with 2 E's. I appreciate you all stopping by and giving me some great support. And until next time, stay classy. VRML is brought to you by Triangle Factory, HyperX, ProTube